Yesterday, Ford laid off nearly 600 workers from the striking plant in Michigan. This is the UAW statement on reports of layoffs of non-striking workers. UAW President Shawn Fain released the following statement. Following reports of planned layoffs of non-striking workers at GM and Ford. Let's be clear. If the big three decide to lay people off who aren't on strike, that's them trying to put the squeeze on our members to settle for less. With their record profits, they don't have to lay off a single employee. In fact, they could double every auto worker's pay, not raise car prices, and still rake in billions of dollars. Their plan won't work. The UAW will make sure any worker laid off in the Big Three's latest attack will not go without an income. We'll organize one day longer than they can and go the distance to win economic and social justice at the Big Three. Solidarity to the UAW.
John Ford has just announced that it is laying off approximately 600 workers at its Michigan assembly plant. That is the plant where one of the UAW strikes is taking place. We should point out that that strike does not shut down the entire plant. There is still body construction and stamping work that is going on there. But because those employees need some of the parts that the UAW works with and provides to the stamping operation and the body construction operation, and they cannot do that, Ford says it has no choice but to tell those workers they are now laid off. So this is the knock-on effect that we've talked about, John, that when you see these strikes begin, you will see layoffs potentially beginning either at facilities related to that plant where a strike is taking place, or elsewhere within the automaker and their entire network of operations. So again, Ford laying off approximately 600 workers at its Michigan assembly plant just outside of Detroit. John, I'll send it back to you.
Bill, should we think of this as a temporary layoff and as part of this negotiation of saying, hey, there's a real impact to these work stoppages, or no?
No, I would not consider this as a temporary situation. I would consider, look, it's as long as the strike goes on. They cannot do their work. And if you are Ford, if you are GM, if you are Stellantis, if you have workers who cannot do their work because the strike is stopping the flow of parts or whatever might need to take place, you have no choice but to lay them off. We've seen this in past strikes. And so for the 600 workers who are laid off, basically this goes as long as the strike goes.